Okay. Hi, V. V, can you hear me? V, can you hear me? Hi, IC.
Hello, teacher.
Let's go to 28. You take the speaking test with another candidate. So you're going to speak with V. Refer to here as your partner. There are two examiners. One will speak to you and your partner, and the other will be listening. Part 1. The examiner asks you and your partner questions about yourself. You may be asked about things like your home. 1 minute long turn for each candidate plus 20 seconds response from. Give you two photographs and ask you to talk about them. Okay. Let's go to the photographs and we talk about them. Just want to see where they say it is. Here. Page 19. Let's go to page 9. Let's go to page 90. Okay, what page is this? Okay, let's go up. Here. Why don't I see it? Where's the photographs? Probably at the end of the book. No. I don't know where the photographs is, I see. I'm looking for it. Can't see the photographs we have to talk about.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, V. You can hear us now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to find the photographs. I don't see it. Here. There we go. There we go. What is it like to work in places like these? Okay, let's talk about this photograph. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay. What is it like to work in places like these? Now, before we can give our opinion, you have to tell me what you can see first. I see. What can you see in here?
I can see it is company. And I can see in the background, in the foreground, I can see a reception. It's call phone.
The receptionist
And
is talking on the phone.
receptionist is talking on the phone. And she and I can see the computer, white computer, and some paper, and many documents. In the background, I can see a man is reading the document, and a lot of people is are working.
Let me just get back to the page. 27. Oh, 72. Yeah. Yes, they are working. V, what's your good job, Icy. V, what's your opinion about this place? What is it like to work in places like these?
Can you explain the question?
What is it like to work in places like these? Do you understand the question?
I think not really.
Say again.
Not really.
No. What is it like to work in a place like this? Okay, I'm going to play it for you.
Nó như thế nào? Nó như thế nào? Nó như thế nào?
What is it like? So if I tell you, if you tell me, teacher, I'm going to the blue primary school, then I say, okay, V, what is it like? So you have to talk about your feelings. What is it like to be in that school? What is it like to work here? Is it busy? Is it noisy? Is it a happy place? Is there chaos? Is there too many people that you don't know them? There's no privacy because you can see everybody. There's no locker room, so anything can go missing very quickly. If I'm on a phone call and the person next to me is working, I can't hear. What is it like? Do you like it? Don't you like it? Say yes, say no. If your mom tells you, here's a chicken burger for you, and you say, thank you, Mom, and she says to you, what is it like? So you talk about it, the good things and the bad things, okay?
Yes.
Okay, that is what they mean. What is it like?
In the picture, in the foreground, I can see a woman and 2 men are working in a company. And the woman, I think the woman is working very hard. She is talking on the phone, and on her table there is a white computer and some papers. In the foreground, I can see another man is also working. And there is a lot of tables and computers in the company. And I can see the company is very big. And the people in the picture are all working very hard. I think this is a busy work.
Okay, I see. What can you see in the, good job, V. What can you see in the background, I see?
I can see that there are many people are working and they are very busy. And I can see one man is reading the document.
Okay, the man reading the document would be in the foreground, okay? What can you see in the background?
I can see that there are many people are working and a lot of computer.
And what else can you see? What else can you see in the background? Lots of, there's pillars. Can you see the pillars? This is called a pillar, a pillar, a pillar, a pillar.
Yeah.
These are pillars, lots of desks, lots of computers, people working, and lots of plants. Can you see the plants?
Yes.
Lots of plants. So that is the background. This is the foreground. The woman at a desk, all the files on her computer, on the telephone. There's a man sitting on his computer, and this man is standing reading a file. I can also see that it must be in the older days. Look at the computer, V and I see. Do we still use these computers today? It's no, it's that big computers, like that big TVs that we used to have. It's not a flat screen or a smart computer or a laptop. Most people uses laptops now. Most people uses a cell phone and not a telephone. So we can see by the computer that it must be an old picture from many years back. It's not a recent picture. You can see the hairstyles as well. You don't really have so many plants in it. In this photo, I can see a huge room with lots of desks and computers in it. It looks like a company with all the employees working in one big room. Okay. I think this is true because you can see lots of desks and computers. People are sitting at them and working. There is no privacy and they are sitting close to each other. I think it can get very noisy because there is a lot of people that need to get work done. You can say, you can tell by the woman in the foreground. No, you can tell by the woman's computer in the foreground that this photo is taken many years ago. The computer looks like an old model. The woman is on the phone and looking at a document. She also has lots of files on her desk. Now, I see. Where does your mom, or V, where does your mom put her files? Does she have files like these? Or does she have files on a disk or on her phone with lots of different files? or on her computer where you see files and you go into all the different files. We don't have files like these anymore. It's all on digital, on the computer or the phone. Yes?
Yes.
So we don't see these files in the computer anymore. She also has lots of files on her desk. There are men near her working and looking at documents. Okay, what time of the day, V, do you think it is?
I think it is at night
Why?
because I can see outside it is very dark.
And you can see the lights are on. So it
Yes.
could be close to evening, yeah. In this photo, I can see a huge room with lots of desks and computers in it. It looks like a company with all the employees working in one big room. I think this is true because you can see lots of desks and computers. People are sitting at them and working. There is no privacy and they are sitting close to each other. I think it can get very noisy because there is a lot of people that needs to get work done. You can tell by the woman's computer in the foreground that this photo is taken many years ago. The computer looks like an old model. The woman is on the phone and looking at a document. She also has lots of files on her desk. There are men near her working and looking at documents. You can then continue saying, furthermore, I think it is close to evening. The lights are on. And the windows look, can't say the windows look dark. You can say, I think it is close to evening. I think it is close to the end of the day because the lights are on. There are also many tall plants in the room. What else can we say about this? Let me put us down here. Oh, we can say the employees are all dressed smartly. Files, paper. No one is talking to each other as they are all busy with their own work. They look, how do they look, V? Do they look tired, happy, exhausted, excited? How do they look?
I think they look exhausted.
They look tired. They look serious because they're probably still busy with their work. No one is talking to each other as they are all busy with their own work. They look serious and tired. Okay, right. Icy, are you still there? Icy?
Yeah.
You need to start your video, otherwise I can't see what you are doing. Okay. V, you can tell us about this picture. You can read if you want to.
Yes. In this photo, I can see a huge room with lots of desks and computers in it. It looks like a company with all the employees working in one big room. I think this is true because I can see lots of desks and computers. People are sitting at them and working. There is no privacy and they are sitting close to each other. I think it can get very noisy because there's a lot of people that needs to get work done. You can tell by the woman's computer in the foreground that this photo is taken many years ago. The computer looks like an old model. The woman is on the phone and looking at her document. She also has lots of files on her desk. There are men near her, working and looking at documents. Furthermore, I think it is close to the end of the day because the lights are on. There are also many tall plants in the room. The employees are all dressed smartly. No one is talking to each other as they are all busy with their own work. They look serious and tired.
Okay, I see you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see you try.
In these photos, I can see a huge room with lots of desks and computers in it. It looks like a company with all the employees working in one big room. I think this is true because you can see lots of desks and computers. People are sitting at them and working. There's no privacy and they are sitting close to each other. I think it can get very noisy because there is a lot of people that need to get work done. You can tell by the woman's computers in the foreground that this photo is taken many years ago. The computers looks like an old model. The woman is on the phone and looking at the document. She also has lots of files on her desk. There are men near her working and looking at the document. Furthermore, I think it's close to end of the day because the lights are on. There are also many tall plants in the room. The employees are all dressed smartly. No one is talking to each other as they are all busy with their own work. They look serious and tired.
Okay, now I want you to try again. Okay, V, you can go first.
In this photo, I can see a big room with all the employees are working. It looks like our employees are working in one big room, and I can see lots of people, desks, and computer. They are working. They are working and looking at documents. As we see, this photo is taken some years ago because I can see the computers are old model and we can see in the foreground a woman is talking on the phone and looking at the document. They are all very busy and because they want their work done. Furthermore, it is close to the end of the day because the lights are on. and there are also a lot of tall plants in the big room. All employees are dressed smartly. They are all busy with their own work, so they don't talking to each other. And they are serious. They look serious and tired.
They look serious and tired. Okay, I see you try.
Can I see again? Okay.
Okay, I see you have to drop your camera so I can see your face, okay?
In this photo, I can see a huge room with lots of desks and computer in it. It looks like a company with all the employee working in a big room. I think this is true because there are a lot of desks and computers. I can see that people are sitting at them and working. I think there is no privacy and they are sitting close to each other. I think it can get very noisy because there is lots of people that need to get to finish work. You can tell by the woman's computer in the foreground that's in photo it is taken many years ago. The computer looks like an old model and the woman is calling the phone and looking
No,
at
she's not calling the phone, she's on the phone.
She on the phone and she's looking at the document. She also have a lot of files on her desk. And there's a man near her is working and he is looking at the document. Furthermore, I think it is close to the day to the end of the day because the line are on and
the lights, not the lion, the lights.
The lights are on and there are also many plants in the room. No one, I can see that no one is talking to each other as they are all busy with their own work. I think everyone is very serious and tired.
Serious and tired, yeah. I just want to have a look here quickly. Okay, before we read this, we're going to look if we can see the answers first. Okay. It says here, has to be small because I can't see. Okay, it says here, an eye for detail. Now, number 1 says, in the first paragraph. Okay, now we know we concentrate on the first paragraph only. You don't have to read this whole piece first, okay? We only concentrate on the first paragraph. The writer describes Susan's garden. Now we quickly go down and we look at the first paragraph. He describes her garden. Is best known for her flower paintings, and the large garden that surrounds her house is the source of many of her subjects. Let's have a look. Have A, having caused problems for the previous owners. Having a path lined with flowers. Needing a lot of work to keep it looking attractive. Being only partly finished. Let's see what they say. It is full of her favorite flowers, most especially varieties of tulips and poppies. Some of the plants are unruly and seed themselves all over the garden. There is a harmony of color, shape, and structure in the 2 long flower borders that line the paved path, which crosses the garden from east to west. A, having caused problems. B, having a path lined with flowers. C, needing a lot of work to keep it looking attractive. D, being only partly finished. B, what do you think?
I think B, having a path lined with flowers.
Yes, because there she's saying, here, there are 2 long flower borders that line the paved path. So it's B. Number 2, I see. What does this in line 12 refer to? Okay, read line 12, I see. Much of this.
Much of this is due to the previous owners who were keen gardener and who left plants that appeared to Susan's. She also
To Susan, end of the sentence,
Susan.
okay? Now,
Yeah.
what does this in line 12 refer to? We are talking about the garden. This is a harmony of color, shape, and structure in the 2 line flower borders that lined the path which crosses the garden from east to west. Much of this is due to the previous owners. What does this refer to? Is it the path, the plants, the position of the garden?
See?
Position of the garden. What do you think, V?
I think it's D, the harmony of the planting.
Yes, it's the harmony of the planting. Look here, the harmony. Here she's talking about the harmony. The harmony, and then they talk about the harmony, and then it says much of this. So this is the harmony. Do you understand, IC? You understand?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What does Susan say about Danny? V. What does Susan say about Danny? He felt, okay, let's say here. Now, Danny, let's see what Danny is. She also inherited the gardener, Danny. In fact, it was really his garden, she says. We got on very well. At first, he would say, oh, it's not worth it, to some of the things I wanted to put in. But when I said I wanted to paint them, he recognized what I had in mind. He felt she was interfering in his work. He immediately understood her feelings. He was recommended by the previous owners. He was slow to see the point of some of her ideas.
I think it's B. He immediately understood her feelings.
He didn't, because he said at first, he said, oh, it's not worth it, to some of the things she wanted to do. But when I said I wanted to paint them, he recognized what I had in mind. So he didn't understand. He said to her, no. And then she said, but she wants to paint them. And then he understood. So he didn't immediately know what she wanted to do. He didn't feel that she interfered with his work. Now you're down to C and D.
I think it's D. He was slow to see the point of some of her ideas.
Yes. He was recommended. No, she inherited him. So we also think it's D. He was slow to see some of her thing, her ideas. What is Susan's approach to painting, IC? Susan prefers to focus on detailed studies of individual plants rather than the garden as a whole. Okay, so here, let's read about her painting strategies. Okay. Susan prefers to focus on detailed studies of individual plants rather than the whole garden. Though she will occasionally paint a group of plants where they are. More usually, she picks them and then takes them up to her studio. I don't set the whole thing up at once, she says. I take one flower out and paint it, which might take a few days. And then I bring in another one and build up the painting that way. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to finish. I take one flower out and paint it, which might take a few days. And then I bring in another one and build up the painting that way. Sometimes it takes a couple of years. Okay, read your answer.
She spent all day painting an individual flower.
Where does it say that? Can you read it to me? Where does it say that she spends the whole day?
I take one flower out and plant it, which might take a few days.
A few days? So not one day. You're saying she's painting an individual flower.